There is a smoky sky overhead. It is silent. Silent. There, at the bottom of a wooden, what maybe was once a fence, or perhaps a corral, or even may once have been a shed or a house. It is hard to say now, for the entire thing is leveled. There are only the charcoal bits poking out of the foundations of the ground where the wood was too wet to burn. And there, at the very bottom of the charcoaled remains, there's a little shrew chewing on what may once have been someone's larder, perhaps just the dinner they had prepared. Little bits of grain or dough. The shrew eats and eats. And as we move back, we're able to see there are entire ruins of what was once a town here. The little ones eat well tonight. Over the rolling hills, this is a sparse grassland. This is a grassland of cloudy skies, a place of great distances with rolling hills. Streaming away from the burnt down town, there is a woman. She clings to the back of this black stallion. Her face is pressed down to its neck. Her mouth near its ear. She is calling out to it. "Away, away," she says. "We'll get away." But as she speaks, she is crying. There are tears coming down her face. We'll make it," she says to the stallion. She pats its neck. She thinks she is the last of her people. Beautiful, beautiful young woman, and the last of her people. All the others gone. She'll never see them again, the ones she has known. Just her and her mount, her friend. She presses her face closer into its warm neck. She was a little girl once, just a youth, beautiful, innocent young woman. That is not who I see now. She is in the forest. Deep, dark forest. This is not a forest in which mortals go. This is not a place for woodsmen or hunters. This is the heart of the Broceliande, a place of legend, the place of the Tuatha De Danann, a place of mysteries, a place of gods. She is there, though. She has come here. She has set out to come to the heart of the Broceliande. And now she stands before it, the cave that leads into the underworld. She ventures forth, walking into the darkness. Her eyes are steel now. There is the dirt and the congealed smoke of the fires she has made along the way, like too much eyeshadow spread across her whole face, war paint for her journey. She walks down into the underbelly of the earth. She walks down through the horrors into the dark. And there, through the winding tunnels, she comes to it. This was a more peaceful time in the Broceliande, in the forest of the gods. At this time, it was possible still for a woman like Gwonyere to come to the very heart of the forest, the Soit Celadon. And so she came to it, the beating, hot, magma heart of the forest. She stood before it, and it felt her there. It flared up with the heat of the furnace of the gods into her face. She could feel it singeing back her skin and her hair. But she'd come here for a reason. She stood over that pit, the pit of the abyss, the pit of the furnace of the gods. And she said, "Do you know why I have come here?" And the furnace beat its answer to her. "You know," she called out. "You know why I am here?" She heard it then. She felt it in her bones. "You know there is a price to be paid. You know there is a price to be paid." "I came here for a reason," she said, "not blindly. I pay gladly every price to do what must be done." It heard her then, this woman of determination who had come here for a reason, who had come here from grief, who had come here from suffering and from vision and from purpose. The only kind of person that could be heard at the heart of the Broceliande. It beat once more, feeling her certainty. She felt the heat press back against her. And then the light was so bright that nothing more could be seen there. The heat was so intense that nothing more could be made out but the fire at the heart of the forest. Now we look to the skies. It is sometime later. Gwonyere is gone. But we look to the skies, and what do we see? There is a crow there, a crow with a wingspan as great as an eagle, sailing across the sky. Many would think this is just a crow, a large crow flying overhead. But I look closely, and when I see that crow, I see the long, black locks of the woman who rode away, the last survivor of her people from that village. I see the eyes, the coal of war paint. I see one who stared into the fire at the heart of the Broceliande and flies now, watching over Jurgen Ogled, watching over the people of the Old North. Thank you. Yeah, that was a pleasure.
Wow.